The first Global Investor Forum on climate change marks a historic moment in the efforts of the international investor community to address climate. For the first time, investors from both developed and emerging markets will gather here in Hong Kong to send a strong message to both business and policymakers that climate is a priority. Here in Hong Kong, we're at the mouth of the Pearl River Delta. Just to the north of us are thousands and thousands of supply chain factories. It's one of the export growth engines for China, but it's also an area that's very prone to potential climate impacts. And it's here in this region that we really have to face these problems. Global energy demand will rise by over a third over the next 20 years, but 60% of that demand will come from Asia. But climate change can't be discussed in isolation. It's just one of a complex web of macro investment themes, including energy security, demand for natural resources, food, water, agriculture, and a growing population. These themes will be reflected in the programme of the forum.
I think it's essential for investors looking at climate change to distinguish risks and opportunities into separate areas. So on the risk side, of course, it's very important to assess across a portfolio whether specific assets are more likely to be damaged by weather events or drought or consequences of climate change. On the opportunity side, then, and this is where impact asset management really concentrates, there is a raft of high growth markets emerging in the areas of energy efficiency, clean fuels, water, recycling of materials, and improving the efficacy of the food and agriculture value chain, improving food security, if you like, which are all linked in part or in whole to the changing of the climate, to uncertainty in weather, droughts and floods, and that the growth rates of those marketplaces, generally speaking, are higher than the growth rates of the mainstream economy.